right, Mr.
Yeah,
Scott Obishi. So, welcome to the first ever True Core podcast. I haven't come up with a snazzy name quite yet, but you, sir, are our first guest. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm okay. How are we today?
Pretty good. Today's
Pretty
a good day.
good.
Good Friday is always a good day.
Good Friday is a good day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my thought process and or outline is that I want to use this podcast to kind of tell stories of our membership and kind of use it as ways to enhance people's experiences and perceptions and like get tools from other coaches and other staff members, other clients as well. So, Mr. Obishi, you are someone that has been with TrueCore since before TrueCore actually existed, technically speaking. And I've known you for, like 7 or 8 years now? Something
7.
like that?
Yeah, I counted up today. It was about 7.
That's a good
I was
amount
thinking
of time.
because, yeah, good amount of time. I was quite a bit younger then, actually. So.
But you know what? You were not more handsome, sir.
Buttery will get you everywhere. So it's about 7 years, and we started together. Well, you were my first coach. So
I was your first coach.
Yep.
So, remind me how you got into CrossFit in general, just
sure.
individually.
So it's a pretty easy story. I had done a lot of triathlons for a while. So some of my first foray into fitness in my late 40s, early 50s, after a doctor told me pretty much you'd be dead if you didn't change anything. So I started working on, because it was easy, you could do triathlons without equipment or anything except for a bicycle. So I started with a group of people in my neighborhood doing triathlons. So I did probably 6 or 7 of them. It never really gave me sort of that community sense that I was looking for, or that feeling of being together with a group of people going in the same direction. Although I had training partners, it's sort of a lonely kind of sport anyway. And I also didn't think I was actually getting any good at it. That was sort of frustrating in its own right. People that know me know I'm not quite built to run. So, and there's quite a bit of running and cardio in that sport. So,
not horrible
not
at running. You're just not a fan of it.
Just not a fan. I was when you used to do your running courses, I got better at it. But
practicing.
So, yep. So a friend of mine, Kurt Clifton, which you and I both know, and folks that have been around a while, he's a kind of an institution here in Annapolis, joined CrossFit Annapolis. And he called me one day and he said, "You got to try CrossFit. You got to try it. You'll love it." And I'm like, God, do I really want to do this? And I said, you know what? Okay, I'll do it. So I showed up, met you, and we started a six-hour intro, if you did back then, similar to what you do now. And the first workout, the very first workout, tongue hanging on the floor, almost dead, I was hooked. I mean, I just thought it was the greatest thing in the world. And I can't tell you why. I mean, I wish I could. The physical part of it. The community part came later, but the physical part, it's hard to explain. It's just something, that endorphin rush on top of, frankly, good coaching and good motivation at that time is exactly what I needed. So from then on, I was a fixture at CrossFit Annapolis for 6 a.m. And when you opened TrueCore, I happily joined that group from the beginning. And, I did CrossFit for the next 6 years. So, as far as a person in their 50s doing this, the improvements in mobility and strength and all those things that come along with CrossFit is pretty astonishing when you think about it, that you can get that kind of result even in well into your 50s, right? So that's how I started, and I'm happy to continue.
So you have an interesting story, in my opinion, because you've kind of done like the full gamut of things when it comes to CrossFit and fitness, at least just in the time I've known you. Like you started out as a triathlete, right? Which does require running, Scott.
I know.
um, and big CrossFitter, and I would say you still are. And then after several years of CrossFitting, you dipped your toe in the powerlifting
Hmm.
aspect of things and just like destroyed that. And we'll touch base on that in a second. And now we've got our other toe dipped in the Olympic lifting side of things.
Hmm.
And before, like, we talk about each aspect of those, like, there's this stigma out there that I hear all the time. I have to get in shape before I start. I'm too old for that. Oh, like, I can't do that because I'm not strong enough. And oftentimes CrossFit gets a reputation of, I need to go to YMCA first and get on the treadmill and get in shape somewhat before I join your gym. What would you say about that? Like, what would with your personal opinion and background and all that kind of stuff be with it?
So yeah, that's an easy one actually, because between the triathlons have seasons, if you will, and if you remember, I joined CrossFit Annapolis in the fall,
Yeah.
and that season ends essentially. So I was pretty much out of shape. I had some base and cardio, but I was out of shape pretty much. I wasn't even riding my bike that much when I first came to do your first little
Right.
um, test workout, right? So regardless of what shape you're in, it doesn't really matter, because the, the the exercises, the CrossFit, um, I don't know how to say it, the methodology, if you will,
Yeah, that's the right word.
is going to test you in a completely different way, whether you're in shape or not, right?
Hmm.
So if you're got some base in some sort of fitness, you're going to still feel the same thing as the guy that's coming, someone like me that basically came in out of shape, and you're not. uh, I mean, you're wasting time trying to go to another place to try to get in shape to go get in shape. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. So, in my opinion, you can scale anything to get you to
Right.
where you need to go. So just go in, listen to your coach, have them work a program that can take you to where you want to go, and go after it. There's no reason that, why would you want to go to one gym so you can get to another? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, a point you just hit that's huge, especially with what we do at TrueCore, is you said talk to your coach
Hmm.
and they will guide you for what you need to be doing, right?
Yep.
So, like, even within group classes, which we all start our new members on all one-on-one stuff, but even within group classes, there's this aspect of like individuality, individual attention, um, and like not having to figure it out on your own, right? Like,
Yeah.
if I go into 24-hour YMCA, whatever, um, I don't really I have to figure out what I'm gonna do. I either have to Google a workout or I gotta ask the trainer or something has to happen. And oftentimes, like, they have no idea who I am, right? Like, what's my history? What's my background? Do I have past injuries?
Injury. Yeah.
Oh, and like, how about my goals? Like, what is my goal? Is my goal to lose weight? Is my goal to get toner? Is my goal to get stronger? Like, what is my individual goal? As where what you said hit it on the nail. Like, talk to your coach, because that's what we do. We coach. We learn who you are. We learn what your past has been like, what's worked, what hasn't, what your
Hmm.
goal is, and then we advise you with our professional experience and background on the best path forward.
Yep.
Um, and I think what's so cool about that is, like, as a result, our members see such great results because it's about them and what they want and need. Um,
And what they're capable of, right?
yes.
Exactly. Not everyone's capable of every movement. So work on the stuff that you can do, and we'll get to the other stuff later. So I think that's part of it too, right? You can do, uh, especially folks my age, you can't walk into a 24-hour fitness and expect to get coached on technique that will work for what your body can do. You
Hmm.
need a coach for that. You need someone to help, to see you, to look at you, to talk to
Hmm.
you, to get you in a position that you can do what you can or can't do in that
Right.
particular workout. So
Right. For
yeah,
sure.
it's huge.
how would you say that you've overcome or put off or been able to stay injury free, right? Because you are a seasoned athlete,
Hmm.
um, and many people, once they pass the threshold of like 40, will say, "Hey, like I can't do CrossFit because I'm going to get hurt." How have you not gotten hurt?
Uh, because I I try not to do more than what my body will let me do, and some of that is you have to be kind of egoed out of that, if you
Mm,
will, or kind of someone to look at you and go, "Hey, it might be a little too heavy for you," or something like that. You know, one of the coaches might say that, or don't get ahead of myself,
mm,
right? Don't listen. I'm competitive as the next person, and I like to succeed, but you have to know your limits. And if you don't know your limits, you're gonna anybody can get hurt, whether you're 16 or 60. So you just have to be smart and know what your body can do and what it can't. And you know, the older I get, the more cognizant I am
mm.
of that. But it's no excuse not to start. You have to. You can work around any injury even if
Yeah,
you have something that's bothered you for years. You just have to figure it out.
I would say we do a pretty decent job of nagging you too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Plenty of that. Yeah, it's good.
In a
It's good stuff.
positive way. Be like,
Yeah.
Scotty, I think you should be adjusting that too. Or Scotty, have
Yeah.
you done this today? Or Scotty,
Yeah.
when was the last time you logged your food at
I,
My Fitness Pal? Which
2 years, but that's
you
okay.
you ignored that text yesterday.
I did. You
Yeah,
notice that?
yeah.
I did.
Um, I picked up on it. Trust me.
I know.
Talk to
Okay.
me a little bit about your powerlifting
So,
achievements, because you have just like come out of the gate and just like destroyed that.
well, it's just it's funny. The whole thing started with you know I think Sam saw me squat one day and said, "You might be pretty good at this, right?" And so I said, and I think when you and I first, um, one of the first, you were working on I think one of your many degrees that you have, but you were working on one of them, and I think you put me through a squat regimen. And you said, you might be pretty good at this. So I always stuck in my mind that to I like to move weight. I really did.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that it never felt bad to do. It never felt
Mm,
uncomfortable and never.
okay.
So I said, so when Sam is one of our best coaches, and he said you may want to try it, and Melissa as well. Melissa said, let's try a powerlifting meet. So we, I guess like 5 of us in the beginning said let's do it. So I did, and luckily enough, I was able to win states that year.
Whoa,
And
whoa, back up, back up.
what?
Luckily, I was able to win states.
Yeah, yeah, fun.
Two things in that. A, has nothing to do with luck.
No, we worked hard, but
You worked real hard. And B, you won states. Like,
yeah,
you
well,
won
yeah,
states in like your first attempt.
yeah, it was good,
Okay.
and it set a few records too. So
Yes, and
and
set a bunch of records. Like,
yeah,
not just winning
that
states, but
are still
doing so
holding.
by,
So it's good.
yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy it. And so when you find something, I
Mm,
guess everyone at some point in their fitness career, if you will, finds kind of what works for them. And powerlifting, I love powerlifting. Don't
mm.
you know the reason I'm Olympic lifting is there's a reason for it. We'll get to it, but I love powerlifting. That it's fun, it's exciting, it's competitive, it's all that. It's a team event too. True Course Barbell
Yep,
team is really good. A lot of people have come to it now, and
yep.
I think that's awesome. So, um, after the meet we had at True Core, the first powerlifting meet that
Yeah.
we did, you know, the weights were getting to a point at my age, in order to be competitive at the higher levels, if you will, the weights were becoming, you know, problematic is probably a good word. They
Heavy,
were getting heavy.
heavy, very,
So to
very
be to
heavy.
to be to be to be in the national sort of spectrum in even as an M60, a 60-year-old, I mean, you got to be able to pull 500 pounds. You've got to be able to squat probably over 450.
Mm-hmm.
And these are guys in their 60s doing this. And that, for me, just probably my body wouldn't hold up for that. So again, listen to your body, listen to
Yep.
your coach, Sam. Sam said, hey, the weights in Olympic lifting are never going to get that heavy because everything's overhead. So you're never going to put that kind of stress on your body. And he suggested that I try it. And
Yeah.
that's when I got with Kyle um, and, the Olympic side of the team and started working on that. And that's been a 2-year journey now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I absolutely love it. Love it. All of it. Because what's the difference, Shannon? Now it's
Right.
technique
Exactly.
and weight, right? So
Yep.
it's not, there's a lot of technique in powerlifting, a ton. I will never say there isn't. They're just a different kind of technique, and it's more of a speed game in Olympic lifting. So it's learning a golf swing, which is what
Mm,
I'm trying to do
mm.
in my 60s. So it's kind of interesting. and
Man, I love it though. I love it. Constant
and
evolution, right? Constant
yeah.
development. What I also love is the fact that you've been able to kind of walk these paths, but still remain under the true core
Hmm.
community building
Always.
gym. That's something I love about our gym is that like we've got everything to offer people in terms of like
Hmm.
helping you guys with your goals and your next step, right? Because like we as a gym, as a business, are always kind of evolving. We want to just provide the best services as possible. And so the fact that like we have a barbell club, but
Hmm.
that barbell club has a power aspect to it and has an Olympic aspect to it. I
Hmm.
love it. I love it. Um, what would you say is your favorite part about being a part of TrueCore? Like, what's kept you around for 6 years?
Oh, it's
Kind
easy.
of kept you in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's easy. That it's a community. It's everyone. It's it's the members.
Mhm.
The ones that have been around for a while and new ones. It's fun to meet new people. It's because of the nature of your business. People come in and out, but mostly, there's a core group that stays, but there's a lot that have that come in and out. You get a chance to meet new people. You get a chance, especially it seems lately the age groups have been a little older which is kind of nice for me to meet folks more in my age group. Not that I love all the members that I friendly with, but it's kind of nice to see some folks a little bit older. Of course, my boyfriend Robert. We can't go through this without talking about him. But I mean,
Uncle
it's great
Bobby.
to have him.
Uncle Bobby,
But it's
shout
great.
out.
Yeah, shout out to Uncle Bobby. But he's great to have around because we're essentially the same age, and we do comps together, and it's nice to push each other a little bit,
Hmm.
and it's nice to have that person in your age group to do that with. And
Hmm.
but all in all, it's the facility, the community, but it's the coaching is as overall of that is the coaching, right? Because you can't I have my own equipment. I could do this in my basement by myself as I'm doing right now, but without a coach it doesn't work. So
Hmm.
all of that combined creates TrueCore, doesn't it? Right? It creates a, a place that's you know a home for a lot of folks. And so I lie. The biggest thing I'm missing out of this whole, quarantine area is getting to see all the folks at, at the gym, be it the
Hmm.
coaches, the members, my team, everybody.
Yeah.
And we don't get to be together, so you miss it, and you miss it terribly. And the building is awesome, all that stuff is great, but when it really comes down to it, that's what a great CrossFit gym is. It's people and it's coaches.
Hmm.
So that's why I keep coming back, if you will.
Well, I'm grateful even through all this, so I get to spend some time with you today like this.
Yeah, me too.
It's been fun.
It's fun.
Been fun. Is there anything else to wrap up, Scotty, that you would like to add?
No, I just I hope we get back soon. And not I'm looking forward to seeing everybody again. And I think I'm appreciative of the opportunity to be able to, well, to have a chat with you, which we don't get to do very often. But the other part of it is, I think I'm appreciative of the fact that that you in this gym are so engaged with its members during this time is important. So
Yeah,
keep it up, and I think we'll come out of this better than before.
I agree. You know, TrueCore's mission is to empower people to live healthier lifestyles. And I've
Yep.
been saying it repeatedly in the last month. That mission does not change because there's shelter in place or the fact that our doors are locked or whatever it is. Like, that is our mission.
Mhm.
And there are two tools that we use in that mission, and that is community and fitness. And so those two things, I think, are the most powerful to have a adaption, lasting change, and true health. And we're not going to let something like this stop us from it. Um,
Nope.
and that's something I am adamant about. Is like, we're going to keep empowering people to live healthier lifestyles by using community and fitness to do so. So that is what TrueCore is. That's what TrueCore will always be. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter if we're in a brick or mortar building or our awesome virtual program that we have these days. But Scott Obishi, sir, thank you for your time today. Thank you for
Pleasure.
for being here. And I
Sure.
look forward to being able to give you a very large bear hug here in the near future. All
Good to
right.
go.
Stay healthy, stay safe, stay fit, my friend. I will
You
see
too.
you on the flip side.
All right. Bye.